Deal, y'all. We're strapped up at 10 and Trap News Network. We back the same. Like, cook, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button for everything we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button. Tap in with the tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with everything we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. Knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. Man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my I Got a Body on the Fairy Tales, Won't Forget, and Boogeyman. All out now, along with Rich Trap House, man. Shop Rich Trap House for the new merch. You got the Pathetic FLAKKO, Pathetic Fatso, excuse me, So Look Right collection. You got the Sweetie. Man, Jesus' name I pray. Words are hard. Long sleeves, short sleeves, hoodies, and all that, man. So make sure y'all get into that if you ain't got into that. We're going to slide over here to Vlad TV, where Adam22 says that he never got extorted by Big U, but if he did, he would have worn a wire. Goodness gracious, Adam. Let's get into this. Let's go.
Well, he's being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, 2 counts of conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery and extortion, Hobbs Act, 1 count of Hobbs Act robbery, 9 counts of attempted Hobbs Act extortion, 5 counts of Hobbs Act extortion, 1 count of transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with the intent that the individual engage in prostitution, Mann Act, 15 counts of wire fraud, 5 counts of embezzlement, conversion, and intentional misapplication of funds from an organization receiving federal funds. 1 count of bank fraud, 1 count of tax evasion, and 2 counts of willful failure to file a tax return. And he's also charged, as you said, for the 2021 murder of R.W., who allegedly made a diss song against Big U, which they're saying caused Big U to kill him and dump the body somewhere in Vegas.
Which he actually played football under Big U, I think at Crenshaw High. And then I guess had some kind of potential as a rapper. They put him in the studio. They tell him to work on music. He's basically fucking off, not doing what they want him to be doing. At some point, Big U drives to Vegas, and then we don't know exactly what takes place then, but Big U allegedly ends up killing him, which, I'm gonna be real, it's like, that seems like kind of a silly reason to kill someone, especially if you're somebody like Big U who's been in, presumably millions of street conflicts, people dissing him, getting into it back and forth with people.
Yeah, like that would just mean that he has an extreme amount of ego.
Enemies dissing him, etc. The idea that Big U would kill this kid,
an unknown rapper.
Right. I feel like
nobody's heard of this guy.
There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle right there that I'm going to have to learn to make me understand why that would have been the appropriate response from Big U, because you would think, anyone who's been around Big U, this is a big human being. Presumably, if this kid's 20, 21, Big U could have sent the message in a variety of ways aside from killing him. So I'm a little skeptical about that story. I feel like by the time this goes to trial, we'll probably have a very different version of events in our minds.
Well, look, like WACK 100.
It's going to be interesting. The more this situation plays out, the deeper it gets. We learn more. It's going to just be crazy.
Has been saying the most heinous shit about Big U this whole time. Then he brings in loose cannon with this nonsense story that Big U had Nipsey set up or let him get killed or whatever else. So all this high-profile stuff that's happening with millions of views, you kill a guy over a diss song that nobody will ever hear.
Right.
Really? Really? Like, you're actually committing murder. Well, look, I had heard there was some tension between Big U and Nipsey at one point, but I can't say one way or another because when I interviewed Big U, he spoke highly of Nipsey the whole time. There was not a negative word said about Nipsey at all. Was there some tension behind the scenes? Maybe, but killing someone over a diss song, like, okay, if Kendrick did a Big U diss song,
does that mean that he's going to go after Kendrick? Of course not, Vlad.
Okay. And it's being played at the Super Bowl? Okay. Maybe this is worth dying over. Or going to prison for the rest of my life over. Not me, but I'm saying, like, Big U, it's like, okay, I got to keep hearing, like what Drake's going through, right? I got to keep hearing I'm a pedophile on the biggest stages at every club. It's on the damn charts. Like,
we still haven't even heard this song. Like, I don't believe that there's even a copy of it out there. Maybe by the time this goes to trial, we'll get to hear some excerpts from it. But, yeah, no, it's definitely a little hard to believe.
This part is flimsy.
Yeah.
This part is flimsy.
Well, what's not flimsy is the cell phone records and everything that basically track him from the studio to the desert where he threw the body and then went back.
Well, but didn't he turn off his cell phone when he went to the desert, allegedly? I'm not saying he did.
Turned it off at some point, but they still had plenty of data connecting him to it. You had the security guard who said that he saw Big U dripping in sweat, who said that he just left the gym at like 3 o'clock in the morning after he got rid of the body. So, I mean, there's a lot of like evidence that from what I've gleaned from looking at the paperwork, it doesn't seem like this is something that Big U is going to be able to beat. I feel like if I had to bet, I'd say that Big U probably won't ever be a free man again.
Well, because there's so many other charges.
And that is what.
It's not just a murder. It's RICO and all that stuff I just read.
Mm-hmm.
The extortion, everything else like that. Listen, not a single negative experience with this guy. I knew his reputation. I had 2 security guys that day, just to make sure I'm safe. But he was like the coolest dude ever. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, oh, look at this video of Chris Brown where Big U announces he's donating 500 more sneakers and Chris doesn't even realize it. I watched the video. Chris was like, whatever. You gonna tell me superstar Chris Brown cares about another 500, sneakers? Like, really?
They're presenting it as if
So they're gonna. It's the way that they're giving it off is like Chris Brown was being gently extorted. You feel me?
he's running a charity. So someone donating to a charity, yeah, that's all good. That's great. That's what you're supposed to do as a celebrity or whatever. But now every single clip in which Big U's talking about people donating to his charity is now being repurposed to basically say
Extortion.
Look at this video of him talking about how he's extorting all these rappers and everything like that. I mean, but what I will say is that Big U allegedly was extorting people or taxing people all the way down to, I interviewed this rapper, SKG, and she told me that he was demanding money from basically extorting the food trucks outside of Crenshaw High, which sounds like such a low-level amount of money to be taken from somebody that it's kind of shocking, hard to wrap your head around. But I guess you can do that.
That is extremely low level for sure.
When these are people who are running businesses that are kind of on the edge of being illegal. Presumably these food carts didn't have permits to be there or whatever. But like somebody like Big U, if he was really getting down like they say he is, he's not trying to meddle in legal businesses. It's like you need some skin in the game in order to be able to do that to somebody. With somebody like you, it's like you're running a legal business. If he had tried that with me, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the fucking cops and I'm saying, hey, this guy's trying to extort me. You want me to wear a wire? You want me to record this guy? I don't give a fuck. Like,
You would wear a wire with Big U.
If he was trying to extort me, yeah, for sure. I'll do whatever.
Goodness gracious, Adam. Goodness gracious.
These food carts didn't
You would wear a wire, Adams? Golly.
have permits to be there or whatever. But like somebody like Big U, if he was really getting down like they say he is, he's not trying to meddle in legal businesses. It's like you need some skin in the game in order to be able to do that to somebody. With somebody like you, it's like you're running a legal business. If he had tried that with me, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to the fucking cops and I'm saying, hey, this guy's trying to extort me. You want me to wear a wire? You want me to record this guy? I don't give a fuck. Like,
You would wear a wire with Big U.
if he was trying to extort me, yeah, for sure. I'll do whatever. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm not a criminal.
Adam is a wild boy.
I didn't ask to be part of a criminal scheme. So yeah, for sure. I mean, if anybody were to try to do something like that, I would be happy to take it there.
I would be happy to take it there. It's crazy.
I don't think I'd wear a wire. I think that, because look, for example, like WACK was mad at me for like 10 years.
Right.
I remember Big U even called me because WACK was mad at me over some comments I made, and he kind of he's like, y'all want to talk? And I'm like, not really. He's like, all right. So it's like, I just felt like if someone tried to extort me, I would just not pay. Now, if something happened, like my house got shot up or,
Right.
like I got kidnapped or something like that, then yeah, I'm going to the police and I'm going to cooperate. But someone just saying something, I don't think I'd wear a wire and start to go through the whole process of trying to get them caught up and so forth.
But if somebody tried to extort me
not
and I
really me.
believed what they were saying, then I'm pretty much just going to go the legal route. Like, I'm not trying to, play ball with a bunch of gangsters. I've seen this happen because there's like a guy I know who does weed events, and he did a weed event in this neighborhood at a random warehouse, and it's like a black market thing. It's not like a legal weed event. And some Mexican gangbangers showed up the morning of the event and basically said, like, hey, you got to pay your taxes or else we're going to make sure this event doesn't happen. He came out of pocket, he handed over some money, and it makes sense to extort a guy like that because this is a guy who doesn't really want to call the cops when he's doing tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of illegal business, essentially, out of this space. That being said, I'm just trying to run a podcast. So if anybody wanted to try some gangster shit like that for me, yeah, I ain't going.
Adam said he telling, and that's that. He telling like a felon. You feel me? We're going to get up out of here to the next one, man. Make sure I like, comment, subscribe. More of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network, man. Hit that like, comment, subscribe button. We out here to the next one. Y'all know it's free. Avenue Angel. Until he's free, we are